We're going to turn things over now and check in with State Trooper David Jones. He's joining us now on the phone. David, I know law enforcement has been encouraging residents to stay off the roads this morning because of the inclement weather, because of icing, because of the threat of freezing rain. What are you all seeing on the roads this morning?
You know, Darcy, as the conditions change, some people are going from Lexington County and they're trying to go to Newberry to take the kids to see the snow. We're heavily discouraging that. Stay off the roads if you can, because the conditions are changing from one county to the next. You go 20 miles north and you start to see a lot of trees on the road, a lot of ice on the highways. South Carolina Department of Transportation tweeted about 15 minutes ago that parts of 26 in Newberry eastbound for 10 or 12 miles is closed due to poor road conditions. So be mindful of that. Know that there's trees falling all over the northern Midlands. If you go to our website, you can find those up-to-date incidents that we're responding to. But again, up Blythewood, Fairfield, Newberry, the further north you go in the Midlands of South Carolina, the more trees and the more road issues we're facing.
Jones, you do this every day. You're out on the roads every day monitoring how people are driving. And we know when it's raining, it's not really, you don't see the best drivers. But when you combine rain with freezing rain, the chance for snow, and even those slick spots from icing, you have an even worse situation. What should drivers look for, or how should they carefully proceed if they are faced with having to go out in this weather?
Yeah, you know, even on a summer day when we see a downpour, we see a lot of wrecks whenever we see the roads become wet. We always encourage, limit your distractions first and foremost. Reduce your speed. That's the biggest priority. Slow down. Just because it's 60 doesn't mean you need to drive 60, so reduce your speed. Look ahead for any down trees or power lines. And if you get in these areas where power may be affected, know that some of those traffic lights may be out. So, again, as you travel around, as the morning has gone on and we see more and more people get out on the roadway, we're seeing more and more collisions and crashes. So just know that what you're seeing in your front yard may be totally different 10 miles up the road. So be mindful of that. We're out in full force throughout this event. Every trooper that has a uniform is out working. So we're going to be here for you if you need us. If you find yourself stranded, there's a lot of resources available. Call us. But again, if you don't have to travel, stay off the roads. Do yourself a favor, and it does us a great favor.
While we've got you on the phone, I'm going to ask you a couple of more questions. Let's talk about the fact that bridges and overpasses ice faster than the roads do. What's your advice for that?
Yeah, and the South Carolina Department of Transportation has done a good job preparing for this. And to give your crew at WOTX a pat on the back, these weather people have been nonstop telling us it was coming. So we know that. As the afternoons and the sun sets and some of these roadways still maintain water, we may see ice. You may see bridges that start to ice over as the night goes on. So just know that if you encounter these poor conditions, reducing your speed greatly increases your chances of maintaining control of your car. So reduce your speed. If you do encounter ice, never slam on brakes. Gradually push your brakes and counter steer whichever direction your vehicle is going. We tell people all the time to use good common sense when driving, but every event like this, we see people in the ditch because they wanted to take their family to go see snow. We understand that, but you're putting yourself and you're putting your family in jeopardy when you make that poor decision to drive to the northern Midlands. So, you know, if I could give you any advice, tune in to WOTX, watch the coverage you guys are doing. You can see the pictures, go on social media, but don't put yourself in harm trying to go to some of these northern counties experience this winter weather that we're seeing.
Trooper David Jones, we appreciate your help today, sir. We'll check in with you again in a little bit. All right. Have a great one.
Thank you.